Okay. So, stream has started. You guys should start getting my feed pretty soon here. But I said I'd show you guys some of my productions, and so this is gonna be really funny. Oh, this is gonna hurt so much because I wasn't actually just a producer back when I started. So for those of you that are going to be like watching the recording of this, I do want to say this was kind of sparked at the end of the last stream last recorded stream that I did, and people were like, "Show us some of your first productions," and I'm like, "Okay, so you know what? I'll do it." So we're back, and well, thank you, Dutchy Boy Diane. Okay, so this is kind of just like a funny thing that I wanted to do something for 2,000 subscribers, but I didn't know what it was going to be, and they gave me a great idea. So we're going to go back to some of my first productions. So you guys know me as Mannequin, and you could go onto my SoundCloud profile and see all the stuff I've done, and you'll actually notice that my first track. My first track was a remix of For Life of Me. I can't remember. It was by actually, you guys could probably see some of my hidden tracks right now, but that's not, I don't care. None of them are like hidden or anything for a reason, but most of them are just like private stuff I'm sending to people for anyway. So the first track I did here was the Fusionist and Jack's Lights. We're just gonna go back to this one just to kind of show you guys. This is the first track I did under the name Mannequin. So here we go. I'm just gonna listen to this. You guys get to, just kind of hear where I started with this particular project. And that gives you an idea of generally what it is. So, so you can tell quite a bit has changed, but you can still kind of recognize it's very electro housey. Now this is where things start to get hilarious. Okay, so if you go up and search for mannequin, you will find something interesting. My stuff, go figure, all under mannequin, except for that one, that's crimining. Let's see, where is it? It doesn't show up. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see if I can do this. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. This is the previous name. And actually, when I first decided I wanted to do the mannequin project, this is what ended up, popping up. So there was this one guy that I really looked up to, and he did cool tracks. So I decided I'd do a remix of one of his tracks. And this is kind of the really first thing that I did under the title Mannequin. Because you could tell, introducing Mannequin, I believe this was the last track I ever did under this other name, Surreal Panorama. So this is kind of what it sounds like. I'm going to skip around it. Okay, some people are taken off from the screen, but this kind of just shows you just the last thing of this project. Now, this is where things start to get really interesting. Bye to everybody that's taken off. This isn't going to go too long if you just want to see the spoiler thing. But this is my old account. And if we go back to the first production of this one, you'll see it's very, very different. So we'll just see if we can... Here we go. This was actually not the first one I made. This was the second one I made. The first one I made was actually this one. So this is actually the first track I ever made. You see, it's a lot different from what I usually do now. This is what I started out with. This is actually like really, I'm like just like remembering when I made this track. The reason it's called slideshow is because I made it for the background of a slideshow. Guys. This is pathetic. It's kind of bad. But this isn't the worst part. This isn't the worst of it. Yeah, you guys are getting really weird in the comments. Man, this is good timing for me to do something like this. Because this way you guys are probably like, I don't know, delirious or something. And that means like I could do like some dumb, I could show you some really dumb stuff on this. And you guys like completely forget it. Ghost producers for me too. Okay, so okay, be nice to each other, guys. So those are that one. Most of the other ones follow the same kind of general kind of sound. So if you hop around, just kind of listen to some of the other ones. So you got that one. This one is a little bit more upbeat. And then we have this one was my favorite one that it was like my third track I made and it was my favorite one for a long time. And if you notice, this stuff sounds almost exactly like Owl City, and that's because that's all I listened to at that time. The only artist I'd ever listened to was Owl City, so that's why all this stuff makes punchy kittens. Dude, these tracks have the best kicks though. Like, I mean, can't you tell? They're so underneath anything and they're so like heavy and drowned out. So, but that's not the worst. Actually, there is one track that I want to show you that I was actually kind of proud of, and it did kind of spark my enjoyment of trance. But this is where stuff really starts to burn, and it hurts every time I listen to this. Because I didn't just want to be a producer, I wanted to be a vocalist as well. And this is where things start to really suck on my end.
Sunlight streams through your windows, but I know you won't be there anymore. Deep inside I still hold you, right there close to my heart. Each day at the break of dawn, I find myself staring up at the sky. The one thing I'll never see again is your baby blue eyes. Your baby blue eyes. The scarlet rose bouquets I bring to you most every day won't feel the touch of hope or love, only the wind and the rain. But still some days I wonder, yeah, if you could, what would you really say? So still I'll watch the starry skies to find your baby blue eyes. Da 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 da. 'Cause when that night returned for home, yeah, I'll never forget that moment. I waved goodbye and I was mesmerized when you looked at me with your baby blue eyes. Your baby blue eyes. Your baby blue eyes. Your baby blue eyes. miss you with my life.
And that was my first ever vocal track. Ouch. Yeah, I sound pretty dead. I did a little better. I gotta say, okay, so this track is hysterical because I actually, the reason the singing sounds totally terrible is because I sung this with a cold. And still, the most hysterical thing is I have some little siblings around the age of like 1 to 8. And those siblings really like this song for some reason. I don't know why, but like every time they see me have My Music Anything open up, they're like, play the Christmas song. And it's so annoying because it sounds horrible.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, it seems that the tree needs propping, and Christmas light bulbs keep on popping. And now I found I can't tie a bow, but let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. But when finally things go right, how I'll hate to go out in the storm, 'cause it's so flippin' cold outside. I'll just bundle up and try to stay warm. Well, the weatherman said it'd be fine with the temperature around 89. But I've learned to say, what does he know? Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And that song is the bane of my existence. We should burn it with fire. I don't know if that's what you meant, but am I starting to scare people yet? Yeah, so okay, so the final one that I want to show you, actually no, I'll show you a couple more. I'll just show you fragments of them though. This is the one that actually, it turned out, I was surprised. Yes, I am embarrassed. I don't know if you're talking to someone else, but if you're talking to me, yes, I am really embarrassed because this is stuff that I buried deep in a hole for a reason. But at the same time, I wanted to bring this back up just to show you guys where I started and how far I've come. And like the big deal. Recording, Mom, I'm on TV. Actually, your chat, I don't think it records it. I'm not sure. Yes, it is me singing. And that's part of the reason why it's so terrible. But this was actually one of the ones that I made. And if you, it's the only vocal track that my one of my brothers actually recognizes. He's like, right now he's like 2 years younger than me. And he actually kind of likes this song. He says it's catchy and it turned out okay. And I kind of agree. This is like the only vocal song I did with my vocals that I actually think turned out reasonably well and is actually kind of catchy. So.
So beautiful. What can I say? When I can't sleep at night, I seem to spend my time trying to find words that I could say to you. But when I reach that time, I seem to lose my mind, along with all those things I vowed I'd tell you. But all along, I've known deep inside that I can't seem to tell you how I feel tonight. Is this love, or is it just me? But you know it turns out that all I can see is grace is so beautiful. What can I say? Oh, grace is so beautiful. What can I say? so beautiful.
The chat is just going nowhere.
What can I say? Grace is so beautiful. What can I say? Oh, grace is so beautiful. What can I say?
So that was my best. What are you guys smoking? Oh my gosh. Illuminati confirmed. I'd do more voice impressions if I was good at them. Okay, so this is kind of where a transition starts to be marked. I have this one final vocal track, which is this one. I'll just play a part of it.
Oceans and seas, and me all.
This one sucks even more than the previous one. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, Ramba. Yeah. Obama has 2 eyes, I have 2 eyes, Illuminati confirmed. Like, seriously though, that is the truth. That basically describes the internet. So anyway, with this, after that track, that was my last track that I think I ever did vocals in. Nope. I did have this one, which was just a demo. It never ended up being a song, but
I'm alone in my own fantasy.
yeah. So, but otherwise, I just kind of I started to switch over and see ya, bye. But anyway, you guys are crazy. Anyway, this is where I started to transition over to actually being EDM, because I heard the one track by Armin van Buuren featuring Adam Young. It's Utopia, so you could tell it's very similar in its tone. It is very progressive sounding. I was actually very proud of this lead. I really liked it. But yeah, you get the idea. So I marked it as trance, but I didn't really know what trance was at that time. So it's kind of trance-ish-esque, but I don't know. It's debatable. So for those of you watching the recording, you probably can't see the chat. I don't think it's saved, but there's a lot of crazy things going on in it. You want to listen to a remix I made? I don't want to listen. Yeah, actually, right now I'm just doing I'm just kind of showing you guys my tracks, but yes, I am open to listening to some of your guys' tracks, but not in this particular video. So I'm just gonna wrap this up really quick. There's not much else beyond this, because this is where I started to, you could tell, random experiment. I started making tracks kind of sounded EDM-y. How are the headphone? They nice, man. So this is like Stab Chaos. You can kind of hear it. That's like an immediate direct contrast from what I just made before that. It's like before it's all like, you know, everything is this nice kind of happy sound, and now just suddenly it's like. So weird crap going on. And then I have the random experiment. First attempt at dubstep. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Just answering a question really quick. I use the DT770 Pro. Actually, I should put ADM. The KRK Rocket 6s and DT770 Pro 80 ohms. That's what I use by way of speakers and headphones. So random experiment, yeah, that's and then we had Paralyzed, which is actually okay. This one's kind of cool, actually. I am gonna upload this stream for sure. Yeah. It's muddy stuff. Oh, the KRKs. Oh. The stuff I'm listening to right now is muddy stuff. KRKs, no. I really liked pianos. I put like a piano in every track. So that's that track, and then we just had some more stuff that was just kind of like weird. Yeah, bad stuff. And then I did my first, I think this is actually my first remix. Yeah, it was. Okay, so just side off the topic of this video. Someone is asking about the KRK Rocket 6s. They are actually really good. The reason I chose them is because a lot of starting producers chose them and were able to get to the pro level on them. So that's my philosophy. If people can become pros using them, then they're good enough for me. They're not the best monitors out there. If I had to say, it'd probably be the Yamaha HS7s are probably nicer than the KRK Rocket 6s, but the KRK Rocket 6s are great. And you know, like I said, I honestly, I can admit, I know there's a lot better stuff out there, but they're definitely good enough. I mean, you hear my mixes, you hear what I could do on them, and you be the judge of, you know, if that translates to whether or not you could get good on them. So yeah. Okay, so this is my first remix. I didn't actually remix much. I just changed some general things of the original song because I like the song already. But it was for a competition, and I thought I was going to win, but I was very naive. So HS8s I've heard they're pretty good. Oh, just whatever, quick thing, another on the topic of monitors. Just don't buy the Rocket 8 inches. Those have too much bass. The 6 inches are actually fine. Because normally you want 7 or 8 inch speakers, but the Rocket 6 inches actually have so much bass that you don't want to get the 8 ones because they're too much. So, Danny, okay. Sorry, yeah, I just go by usernames most of the time. So, okay, I'll try to remember that. But please forgive me if I don't. Okay, so here we go. This was my first remix. I'm just giving you some clips of it. So like I said, it's too close to the original to where I could really say that I did a lot in this track, but I did kind of like how it turned out. But then again, like I used a lot of the original stuff, so give or take, whatever. This was my first actual trance track, and it was okay. Really muddy. Really muddy. So it's not terrible. But it's like really muddy. You could see that I was kind of, not too familiar with the whole mixing thing. But I do want to say I did actually make this. I was watching the Boy in a Band tutorials for Reason. But I was using Logic, so I kind of just translated over some of it, try to create some off that, and then we're actually starting to near the end of my reign as Surreal Panorama. Then I started moving over to house. This is when I actually I recognized I liked house, and I started watching or listening to house stuff, and then I came up with this.
When I close my eyes and I'm never alone, when I see your
That was the original drop synth reversed. I had fun with that one. And that was when I learned that limiters aren't foolproof, by the way. Because this whole thing is squashed all heck. Because it was clipping through the roof. And I realized that was an issue, so I dropped a limiter on it. And then it just like... That's why in the beginning it sounds like this. I'd like to remix that track again. That'd be fun. And then we start going to something a bit more like progressive house. This is actually when I started to get a little bit okay. A little bit okay.
One step.
too much bass, but it's okay. Salutations. Yep. Oh, that's right. Yep, I'll see ya. It's a happy family now. So that was that one, and then we'll just kind of bounce through some of these really quick. This one really sucked. Like, really sucked. And then this one was a slight tweak from the original track because I liked it, but I want to change some things. So that one was okay. And then this is here. This was a remix for someone that I almost indirectly knew, but not really. So it's kind of like this. I have no idea what this would be, if it was like trap or rap or whatever, but don't translate that. What are you guys saying that you don't want me to translate? Yeah. There's more auto-tune in this track.
Yeah. Every time I fall, you're right by my side. Put my faith in the gear, and then we gonna ride.
See you, Dutchie Bodan.
In my grave, I'ma be ready to go. While I'm waiting, I'ma tell the world so they know, so they know, so they know, so they know, they know, so they know, so they know, so they know. I'm unashamed, so
And the thing about this song that sucks is it's literally like this one loop that's just running in the background for the whole stinking song. It doesn't change at all.
I see it clear like it's HD. Focus on the kingdom, praying old to the new. Don't worry if you mess here, and then we gonna ride till I'm like they know. You I'm unashamed, so they end up with a crack city.
I really messed that up. So what I tried to do is I actually got some feedback, so that I did a remix of my remix. That is what it kind of sounded like.
Every time I fall, you're right by my side. Put my faith in the gear.
This actually sounds kind of clean.
Till I'm laying in my grave, I'ma be ready to go. While I'm waiting, I'ma tell the world so they know, so they know, so they know, so they know, they know, so 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 they know. I'm unashamed, so boy, you can't shame me. They tell me to go against them, but I don't let it change me. I see it clear like it's HD. Focus on the kingdom, praying, Lord, please.
This mix is actually pretty clean. How did I do this?
Working through me. Put my item flesh to death, brand new me. New life to head to the heavens. Chase my worldview like a real life cartoon. Transforming from the old to the new. Don't worry if you messed up, he can change you too. Just trust and believe that he sent his only son for you. Bro, that's all you gotta do. Every time I fall, you're right by my side. Put my faith in the gear, and then we go. So they know, so they know. Told you I'm unashamed, and you can kill us. Every time I fall.
Actually, okay vocal chopping.
So they know. Every time I fall, you're right.
And that's pretty much it for that one. And then you can kind of see this is where things start to wrap up, and I get to this final track here that was my introducing Mannequin track, and I get into the project that I'm working on now, which is the project as you know it, Mannequin. And my favorite part about this one is still to this day I have no idea how the heck I was able to make a drop as cool as a drop in this one. But yeah, we'll just listen to that one more time because it's really cool. If it sounds like Zed, yeah, that's because that's what it's supposed to be. So, that is the history of my music. And for all you interested, you can go to Surreal Panorama, check out all my old stuff. This is just something that I was like, you know what? I didn't want to delete all my old tracks and then just start my new project fresh. I wanted to actually keep it. That's why I moved to a new project and I moved away from Surreal Panorama because I wanted to actually be able to get to the point where you guys could actually go and I'm going to drop a link for this in the description for when this gets uploaded. Because I wanted you guys to be able to like look and see really where I started and how bad I really started at. Let's just reiterate. This was my first track. We'll play one of my other tracks that was like closer to my first track. Sure. Yeah. So not much longer. Just because I am trying to. I'm going to wrap this up, but yeah, someone asked how much longer stream will go. Okay, so yeah, those of you that, are watching the recording, thank you for hanging out and checking out my old stuff, and now you know how bad I truly am. So, do we have any questions in the stream that we want to do? I'm probably not going to get too much into production, but, if you do have questions in that regard, we could probably cover those really quick. So, yeah, that's what I've done. So unfortunately I can't like pull up the projects and just kind of show you them in the projects. One, because it takes so long just to load them every single time. Two, they're kind of like hidden in an old hard drive somewhere that I've hoped to forget about. So I don't even know where they are right now. I think they're they're on that hard drive. Yeah, the one right there. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's a hard drive right there. It's on there, but I don't remember where. I don't want to plug through and dig through it right now. So, yep. Okay, so do we have any questions? I need to get off pretty soon here because it's 4 o'clock. I have class at 6, and I have to write an essay before midnight. So that'll be fun. A really long essay. It stinks. I'm a music guy. I do programming, and they want me to write a 6-page essay. Why school? What is the point? So, no questions? No? Anybody? Nobody? Going once, going twice. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Okay. Not seeing any questions. It looks like almost everybody took off too because it's getting late. What gear am I using? Oh, okay, that's another thing. That's actually really good. We could put this in the 2,000 subscriber video too. Okay, so the gear I'm using. It's actually pretty simple. I wish I could actually, I might be able to pull the camera off and show you guys a feed. But, for the speakers, I use KRK Rocket 6 inches. So those are like pretty standard. I use the 2nd gen ones, not the 3rd gen ones. I don't have anything against the 3rd gen ones. It's just the 2nd generation ones, are the ones that have been used for so much longer. They're like the tried and true ones that have lasted for, so long. They almost became the industry standard for electronic music. So that's what I use, and then my headphones are the DT 770s, the 80 ohm ones. There's actually a reason, that I specifically choose those ones. It's because the 250 ohm version is said to have less bass, and the 32 ohm version is said to be kind of pathetic. So specifically, the 80 ohm version is one I use. They're really good headphones. They're not as they don't extend to the high end as much as I wish they would. But sometimes sometimes it's not too much of a deal. So the only thing that I do have to say though is whenever I talk about gear, I have to say don't get headphones first, get monitors first, because monitors are what are going to make the biggest difference in improving your mixes. So if you like use crappy laptop speakers or computer speakers or crappy headphones, get monitors first. And even if you run them at a quiet volume level, so you're not bothering other people, they're so much better than headphones in terms of productions. So there's those two. For my setup, otherwise, my audio card is actually really terrible. I should just pull this up really quick. I'm going to pull up a picture of what I kind of got. Let's see if I could figure this out. Because my grandfather bought this kit and he didn't need it anymore because what happened was that's a tiny image. There we go. That's better. He didn't need it because it ended up being too complicated for what he wanted. So actually my current audio setup is a lot like this one, except for I've upgraded the, if it'll load the image, here we go. I have upgraded the headphones and the microphone. I'll tell you what microphone I'm using in a second. If it'll, let's just do this. It's mad at me. It doesn't want to rip the tab out. Go. Oh no, it's going. There we go. Okay. So this is what I have, and it's mostly just got, I'll tell you the names of this stuff. That's the XENYX. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like Xenix or something. 502. So I use that mixer for my microphone, my monitors, what everything's running into. That's a funny joke too. About my Mac specs. I'll talk about that in a second. And then I have what's going into my computer is actually this USB interface right here. That's UCA 200. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't buy these. They suck. The only reason I have them is because my grandfather got them and he gave them to me for free. So that's what I have. And then my microphone, I actually have the, what were they? The MXL 990 and 991 kit. I got those because they're really cheap condenser microphones, but honestly, there's better ones out there for better prices. And if I had to suggest anyone for like a first microphone to get, it would be the AT2035. That's my suggestion for your first, microphone if you're gonna get a condenser microphone. So you could tell a lot of my setup is actually pretty cheap stuff, except for my Mac. Okay, I lied. I kind of lied. So the funniest question that I always like to answer is whenever people ask me, what Mac do you have? What are the specs? Ooh, I should give you a picture of it. This would be cool. Let's see. One sec. What's it called? That's what it was. Now I remember. Okay, so I actually don't have a picture uploaded anywhere, so I can't rip it off the internet. So I'm just gonna grab a generic picture of it. You guys are gonna be like, "What on earth?" I should take more pictures of my build. But as you can kind of hear from the hints that I'm dropping, this is a custom built computer. So I was one of the daring people that decided to make what's called a Hackintosh. So I found a whole bunch of parts that were compatible with Mac. And then I built a computer, and it basically looks like this. So that's what my computer looks like. And the specs are not something I strongly suggest because one of the specs is completely incompatible with Mac, but I'm using it anyway. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can. I don't remember. Actually, no, I think I commented on it recently. So I commented my build recently on the channel, so I'm gonna see if I could find community. I'm gonna see if I can find that comment so I could just bring the get the link really quick, so you guys can see all the specs. I don't have to write them out every single time. But yeah, the graphics card I chose does not work with Mac, and it's been the bane of my existence. But at the same time, it works great because I do gaming on Windows, and I also I'm hoping to start game development with my roommate. Hi. So I kind of need a decent graphics card for that. So, and see if I can find this. Sorry if I'm missing your comments that you may be putting right now, but it's also good because then we have comments backlogged, so I could answer those in a second. Actually, I don't know. Where is it? Because I know someone asked me recently for... Oh, it's probably hidden inside one of the stacked comments. Let's see if I could find it. Hey. Okay, I remember what video it's on now. Now I just need to find the darn link. I could have, like, by now I could have already, like, said all the specs. Okay, so let me just go. Hopefully this doesn't play. Good. Okay, so now okay, I know where the link is now. I just need to. My computer runs so slow when I'm streaming. I should just talk with a different accent to pass the time. Where did I put that? Is it not in this video? It's not going to be funny. I thought it was here. No? Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, okay. Screw that. Yeah, I don't know where it is now. I'm just like burning lots of time now. Okay, so I'll just tell you. I'll say it. I probably, you know what, I can just type it. It'll be funny. Okay. No, yeah, I'm not using an iMac. The i7 770K, 4770K. So we'll just pull this over here. i7 4770K is my processor. So we'll just we should mark this. CPU. Yep, and then my motherboard, for those of you that care, is the GA Z87X UD5H, which has died on me once, but it's now back up and running. And then I have RAM, we'll just say 8 gigabytes because the brand doesn't matter. And HDD is 720 RPM. Actually, I say 720, but it's actually like 7,200. 1 terabyte drive. Nothing too fancy there. And graphics card. This is one you don't get. So I should like put a strike through this. GPU is the R9 290. Yeah, by XFX. So that's a beast of a GPU, but it doesn't work well on Mac. And I managed to get it kind of working, but it's still a pain. Now, I am actually leaving out some of my specs because I have a wireless card in there that I don't know what the heck the name of it is, but it's like a hacked together wireless card, so it works with Mac. And then I have 2 other hard drives in there. One is a hard drive I use kind of for when I need a backup version of Mac if I update and things break because it's a Hackintosh. And the final piece in there that is, if I recall correctly, is my other hard drive, which runs Windows 7. So that's what I use for whenever I'm playing games because Macs aren't good for playing games. But yeah, so and this altogether it cost me about 2K USD. So it's cheaper than a Mac, which is why I said, you know, like for a desktop this is expensive, but for a Mac it's cheap. That's the weird thing. So I did shell out quite a bit for this one, and I may upgrade it relatively soon here. I don't know, we'll see. So but yeah, that's my general setup. I bet I look like a dork with my headphones up there. That's like the most comfortable place to put them though. Like, oh, I have to do a shout out for these headphones. The thing about these headphones that makes them so much better than other headphones in the price range is these are insanely comfortable. It's like wearing a cloud on your head, and I'm not kidding. If you like, you might have worn some comfortable headphones in your day, but you should try Behringer's DT series. They have the 770s, the 880s, and the 990s, and they feel like wearing a cloud on your head, which is why I got them instead of some of the other popular ones out there, like the ATH M50s. Those ones are really good, but if you wear them on your head for too long, they really start to hurt your ears. Right now, my ears are a little bit fatigued. Like I have like right here just hurts a tiny bit, but that's because I've been wearing them for like 4 hours. So that's pretty good. Most other headphones, they'll really smash your ears in, and you could probably wear them for about 2 hours before it starts to actually hurt your ears. For these ones, it only starts to like hurt when you take them off and your ears go back to your natural position. You're like, oh, they were being squished just a tiny bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, do I have anything else by way of gear? I pretty much just have my desktop, and I have a dual display setup now, thanks to you guys. That's like really big thanks to you guys. So I have both my screens are Dell screens because I like the color on them, and I have a 1080p screen and a 1440 by 900 screen, which you guys can't see right now. But so yeah, that's what I used to record on. It's terrible. Well, it's kind of like half terrible, but yeah. So yeah. Any other questions before we wrap up and take off here? Well, it's just like this stream was like an hour. I need to stop putting my headphones on my head like that. It look hilarious. I didn't think it was gonna go this long. I was actually just gonna show a couple clips, and I thought maybe it'd take like 15 minutes just kind of showing a couple clips from my songs. But yeah, this particular one is going longer than I thought. So yeah, I mean, one of the things you want to make sure, I guess, like in terms of gear, this is kind of my suggestion. Get a good computer first. If you have an old Mac that kind of struggles running Logic, you'll want a better one, because otherwise you'll be held back by the things stuttering and everything, and that's never something fun to deal with. So make sure you have a good computer, and then from there I suggest getting studio monitors and an audio interface, because those kind of need to work together. And then from there I suggest getting a nice pair of headphones. And then from there, I suggest getting whatever else you want. Like if you want a microphone because you're going to be recording vocalists, or you want, I don't know, DJ gear or something because you're going to produce mainly and then DJ sometimes, then get that. But yeah, my biggest things that I really suggest are a good computer and good studio monitors. So yeah, I'd show you a little bit more of my setup. Wow, it's starting to get dark. The glow, yeah. Okay, so let's actually see if I can do this a bit better. But yeah, so there's only like so much I gotta talk about when it comes to gear, and also try not to get too focused on gear because you can improve without gear. I didn't actually get my studio monitors until when was it? Because there's a track I have on here. Here we go. This track. This was the first track I actually wrote with my new monitors. So everything up to this track was actually made on crappy speakers of some form or another. Okay, well, it looks like everyone's taken off. There's pretty much no one in the stream left, and all the questions are up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support up till now, and I hope you enjoyed the funny kind of comical look at my older stuff and how much I've progressed. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.